Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. And today I want to share with you guys another great product for your home. And this is a smart lock by a company called Wyze. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Wyze, Wyze is a company that from a gentleman who used to work for Amazon. He decided to branch off on his own and create his own line of smart home products. What really separates Wyze, I think, from a lot of other companies is their price point. You can get some of their cameras for the low price of like $20 to $25, again, depending on if they have a sale or not. They work great. They're fantastic. You get live free cloud recording up to a certain certain amount of time for your clips, of course, and they work really well. I mean, all their products are super easy to set up, and they're just super user-friendly. Again, I've used several of their products, some of their smart plugs. I have and still continue to use their smart cameras, and they just always seem to not lose connection. They always seem to be very reliable, and that's what I love about their products. They're clean, they're simple, and they just work. And this is a newest device they came out with last month called the Wyze Lock. And I waited to make this video because I wanted to install this and show you guys this installed, but unfortunately, I just don't know where to put this quite yet. And I was debating on moving it up to my parents' house and putting it up there, but their door, unfortunately, is a little bit, due to the house settling and the door frame, the lock is a little bit off, so there's a little bit of friction there that we have to get fixed, and this wouldn't work because you do have to have a nice, smooth, properly working deadbolt. But either way, I want to share it with you guys and give you guys the opportunity to pick one of these up with the link in description if you want to add a smart lock to your home. The nice thing about this, again, is the price point, how easy it is to use, and the fact that the Wyze products, they just work, and they're really cost effective. This, right off the bat, $89.99 is what you're going to pay for this lock. This is a fantastic price, guys. If you go looking into what smart deadbolts cost, they're usually $200 to $500. The price point is absolutely fantastic. And what's great about this one as well is that one of the issues with smart deadbolts and smart locks is that if you have a beautiful, nice custom home, or a home where you are, I guess, concerned with some of the items you've picked out, like your hinges, your fixtures, your door locks. Not everybody's too concerned with that, you know. But let's say you have a nice brass setup. For instance, this is a perfect example. My parents, their house, all their fixtures are brass. Me, down here, I like the stainless steel. This particular device is a silver, okay? So naturally, a lot of the deadbolts out there that you get, they come with the actual deadbolt itself. They come with the outer lock portion, the inner lock portion, and they are basically, what you see is what you get. If you have a nice brass or maybe bronze or a different type of setup outside, on your door than stainless steel or nickel, then it's not going to match. Now, other companies do make ones that are good, that are maybe brass or a different color, but ultimately, you have to replace what you have. Nice thing about Wyze, they've designed this where you use half of your deadbolt. So on the inside of your house where people aren't necessarily seeing it, you're going to have their deadbolt, their setup, their latch, but on the outside, you get to keep that look. So if you have a matching, I guess, door handle, matching hinges, maybe fixtures that are part of a set, this is going to match. So you don't have to change any of that anymore. You use what you have, and what's great about it as well, you don't have to rekey anything or get more keys made. You use what you already have. So let's go ahead and crack it open. So here is the box. The one spot I might put this is actually on the garage door, or my outside door leading to my garage. The thing is, where I live, I have a completely fenced-in backyard. There's no access to my backyard unless you hop the fence. So I never use my back door. There's no reason for me to enter through that way. The only way I would actually use that is if I got locked out of the house, which is just not going to happen. I have different, I have a key at my folks' house. I have, all the different smart devices. There's no way I'm going to get locked out of my house. So I would never really have the opportunity to use that door. And mainly, like I've talked about in the past about layering security, that door is basically a special lock on it that even if you were to get through, you're not going to be able to open the door. You pretty much have to break the door down, which is kind of like what I like on that door because of its location. Although there are cameras protecting everything, in the event that somebody actually tried to break in, they wouldn't get very far. Still, it's something I just have to think about a little more, and I know that this thing isn't really going to get used on that door. There's really no reason for me to have any kind of access. It's not something that would be used. So we'll have to see what I decide to do with this. Right now, I am using a Defiant, I think it's Defiant, smart lock, a Z-Wave lock on my front door that interacts with the Samsung SmartThings hub. This is nice because everything that you get, everything that you need is right here. So let's go ahead and crack it open. So you get the bridge, and this is what communicates with the lock itself. This is what you need plugged in. So you do have to have power to this lock to use the smart features. You can set this up to interact with lights, just like any other of the millions of devices out there. You could have set up macros. So let's say your front door unlocks. One macro I have set up, your front door locks, my garage entry locks. If you have these throughout your house, if I have this on my back door, I could also have this lock any door I want in the house. Same thing with my garage door. If my garage door closes, as a macro, all my doors lock. So that's kind of a nice feature in the event that you're leaving the house. I never have to really worry about whether or not I lock the door or not. With this though, you can double check through their app to see the status of the door, whether it's locked or unlocked, and remotely lock and unlock the door. So that's your bridge. You're going to need that to control this via the app and internet. This is your latch or your deadbolt itself, or the part that goes inside your house. You have a big giant knob. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What I really like that Wyze did is all the other locks that I've reviewed and used, they always have a set screw to get the batteries out. The screw is super teeny on some of these things. This, it's magnetic. This is a fantastic design. You basically pop that off, you put your batteries in, and this basically pops on. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going to fall off. It's clean, it's simple, and very easy to access the battery panel. Again, whereas downstairs, I have to use this little tiny Allen wrench I sent you, and I have to keep it right near the front door because I know I'm going to lose it, and when the batteries go, I use that door every single day. I need that lock to work. So this is a great feature. This is something that you know, unless your lock has it, it's something you would think, oh, that's not really a big deal, or that's a no-brainer. It's great that they integrated this into their lock. Magnet is a fantastic idea. Nice big latch, so I mean, pretty comparable to what you see on most deadbolts, but very easy to turn, very easy to use. And on the back, pretty straightforward. You have a couple of these rubber pads here, and what's going to happen is this is basically going to attach to your existing, there's a mounting bracket here as well. This is your adapter plate and some other adapter plates. And what this does is basically is going to use the hardware that you already have, your existing bolt and your existing outside lock. And this is basically all you get, this and the hub. So this is, again, designed with the adapter to use your existing plate, your existing bolt itself, and your outer keyed lock. And this is going to all sandwich together, and now it takes your existing smart deadbolt, or your existing deadbolt, and now makes it smart. There are companies out there that make ones that actually overlap. They go on top of what you already have. I haven't used any of those, and I just don't know how well they work. What I like about this is once it's installed and locked down, it's secure. You know it's on there. The idea of putting something over your existing deadbolt and having it almost act as if it was a mechanical hand, I don't really like that so much. This I like because this is, everything's contained, it's solid, it's well made, it's made, it seems to be like sort of a nice like painted aluminum. It just feels sturdy. Again, it doesn't feel like someone's going to fall off your door, and it's not really large as well. So it's clean, it's not going to stand out. I love their design, and this is kind of their I guess how they design all their products. Other than that, you just have your logo, Wyze, built with lock-in, and a status light right on top of here. That's about it. No keypad, no nothing. And you might be saying to yourself, well, geez, you know, maybe I don't want to, you know, how do you use this remotely then, you know? Well, they have an add-on. So rather, because they made this device very affordable, and because they made this device that uses your existing hardware, they didn't have the ability to add a keypad, because let's face it, when you buy a new deadbolt and you spend, you know, a couple $100, $300, whatever they may cost, usually they have a biometric pad, a key, or they have a keypad. And so that's because you're replacing not just the inside of the deadbolt, but the outside deadbolt. With this, you're keeping your existing deadbolt. It doesn't look like it's a smart bolt, but you have an add-on attachment. Now this is going to be released pretty soon here. This basically you attach somewhere outside your house, and this allows you to access your door with a keyed combination or keyed code, which is great. That's basically how I enter my house. Now I stopped using keys, although I always have one, a really long time ago. This is fantastic to have something like this on your home. I think it's a no-brainer for anybody who owns a home, to be honest with you, because let's face it, I mean, I'm always fumbling for my keys. With having stuff like this, I can pull up in my car if it's raining. I don't have to fumble for my keys to unlock the door. I can remotely unlock the door from my phone, just like this. I can use my phone in the app. That is a free app as well to unlock the door. Or if I want to go out for a run, go out for a walk, leave the house, go to my folks, whatever I want to do, I don't have to bring my keys unless I'm going to be driving my car. So that's fantastic. Enter in the keypad, and you can basically, it'll automatically unlock your door. As far as illumination, I really like the fact that it does have an audible alert, and if you enter the code in wrong, it'll turn a kind of a bright orange. Normally it's backlit by just a white light. You can see it's just turning right to orange because it has not been set up yet. And really straightforward. Enter your code, lock or unlock. And the nice thing about this is you can mount this wherever you want. Whereas normally a deadbolt that has a keypad built in, it's right there on the deadbolt. You're going to see it. It's right in front of you. This is something you can kind of tuck away off to the side. You can go ahead and add this around the corner of your house. You can add it wherever you want. Honestly, you can carry it in your pocket if you wanted to. Not that anybody would do that. It is kind of big and clunky, but you can put this out of sight. Like my folks' house, this would be absolutely perfect at putting it right around the corner. Nobody would even know it was there. Nobody would even think that you had a smart deadbolt on the house. For my house, I'd probably mount this kind of near my doorbell, but I'm already using existing deadbolt right now. So I'll find a spot to mount this. I do want to thank Wyze once again for their generosity and wanting to collaborate with me. I think it's a great product. The price point is amazing, and I have to tell you that if I was in the market, if I didn't have these already, if I didn't have if I didn't have companies that were super generous sending me stuff like this, like the one that I have my front door, my garage entry, I would definitely consider buying the one by Wyze because I know that their products are reliable. I know that they just work, and I know that you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Fantastic. I mean, let's face it, if we're going to be, adding smart home tech to your home, some of the products are pretty expensive. And that's one reason why I never added one. I always wanted a smart deadbolt on my doors, but they're pretty pricey. This, great way to add this to your house, especially if you're in the process of building a home. This is a no-brainer to add to your house. And I honestly think that if I was buying a house or looking for a home that had some of these great devices, there's a lot of contractors who, they build spec homes, and I think this is fantastic. If I was going to a house to build a home and they had on all their doors the capability to have not just a nice looking deadbolt from the exterior, but then on the inside it has the smart technology ready to be set up, I think that's awesome. So it's a real selling feature. So guys, thanks for watching Wyze. Thanks again for your generosity. I look forward to reviewing and sharing more products. I will come back and review this product again at a later date. I think maybe today I'm going to add this to my back door outside just because I have it. I don't really want to sell it. I will consider that if I decide to not use it out there, but let me know. I'd like to give it a home. I wish there was somewhere I could use it at my folks' house. Their house would be perfect because I'm always going up there and I'm always fumbling for my key. But because their door is a little bit off kilter there, beautiful home too. But it's something we just have lived with. You kind of have to wiggle the door. We just haven't got around to fixing it. So maybe I'll hold on to it for to install it there at a later date. We'll see. I don't know. I'll find something to do with it. But anyway, Wyze, thanks again for your generosity. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm always here to help. Drop me a comment. Drop me an email. My email address is in the description. If you do want to make a purchase, please do it through my link. It does help support the channel. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day and take care.